Today I'm going to be getting behind the wheel of a GT, but it's not a GT as you know it. This is the McLaren GT. As we all know, McLaren are renowned for pushing the limits when designing their supercars, taking influences from Formula 1 to make every car faster and lighter. But now, McLaren are defying the limits of an everyday, usable GT. Let's go and take a closer look. And to begin, well, the McLaren GT certainly looks more like a supercar than any Grand Tourer that I've seen. You've got the stunning design language that's typical of McLaren, whilst also you've got the functionality of all of the aerodynamic features like this vent here, and also more towards the rear of the car. And also for practicality reasons, you've also got this higher ground clearance, and when the nose lift is up, it even rivals most saloon cars. And whilst we're at the front of the car, it's probably really important that I show you this boot that we've got at the front. Unlike most supercars, you don't actually have a catch to open it underneath, so you don't have to get your finger really dirty, and when you've got hands full of shopping, you don't have to really try hard to look for it. It's really easy to open. Pop it open on the button on the key or on a button inside the car, and as you can see, we've got plenty of room here inside for all of the staycation holidays that you're going to be going on this summer. And whilst the McLaren GT is focused on functionality and practicality, as I mentioned earlier, it still looks like a supercar. We've got these gorgeous 20-inch diamond cut wheels which look really, really sleek and elegant, contrasted with the red brake caliper, which personally I really, really like. The dihedral doors on this McLaren GT are unique in the segment and also lighter than any other McLaren model, so lifting them up, putting them back down to get in and out of the car is really easy. And I've just caught a glimpse of the interior, which actually I'm going to talk to you about a little bit later on. Continuing around the car, and you've also got this functional vent which is feeding air into that V8 engine. And you may notice that the rear of the McLaren GT looks rather different to any other McLaren that's been made before. There's no fixed rear wing. You've got the spoiler that's actually been crafted into the rear deck that keeps the design language really simple, but obviously it still serves a purpose too. And you've got the exhaust tips that are they're quite big. I like the look of those. And another unique feature for a mid-engined car like this is you've actually got a rear boot that sits over the top of the engine, and it's perfect fitting in anything that you can't actually fit into the front boot. I mean, look at all of this space that you've got. Again, perfect for if you need to go away. And it's really finished to a really lovely quality. It matches the interior. You've got these straps here to put everything in. You know it's going to be secure when you're driving quite fast on the road. Now, jumping inside the car, and you know what, it's actually a really lovely place to sit. Everything feels of a premium quality. We've got this jet black and porcelain leather interior, which is really nice and light and airy, which is only complemented by this lovely panoramic sunroof, which just creates a really luxurious, spacious interior to be. And visibility from here is actually quite good. I've got a good view out the back with the help of the storage space there. So in front of me when I'm driving along, I've got the digital display directly ahead in my eye line that's really easy to see. And we've also got McLaren's latest edition of the Iris infotainment system. All in all, whilst it's a really lovely place to sit, there's one thing it really makes me want to do the most, and that is to go for a drive. So let's head out on the road now. We've got to the fun part of getting behind the wheel of the McLaren GT, and I just want to start with some stats. The 0 to 60 sprint you will achieve in 3.1 seconds, which is just blisteringly fast. We've got a twin-turbo 4-litre V8 engine, which is actually from the 720S and has been retuned to create 620 brake horsepower. And with that power, the McLaren GT, it just feels so fast to drive, and you know what, it does feel more like a supercar than it does a GT car, especially on some lovely B roads that I'm currently driving at the moment. This car is so much lighter than many of its rivals in the segment, weighing in at just 1,530 kilos, which makes it really light and nimble. So when you're approaching a corner, it really feels like it's just going to devour everything that you throw at it. So at the moment I've got the active dynamic panel, which I can change just at the flick of a switch down here, really easy for me to reach when I'm driving. It's currently set in track settings, so Everything is at its firmest, the feedback from the steering is really responsive. I mean, it's hydraulic steering anyway, so it's already pretty good, but now it's just even better. So it also means that the suspension is in the firmest setting, and I can flick straight back into comfort mode when I want to sit on the motorway or do a bit of a longer journey, and the whole personality of this car changes and it reverts back into the Grand Tourer that McLaren set out to create anyway. So I will be honest with you now, and this is my first real proper experience of driving a McLaren. I've had short stints in a 570 and 720S, but it's really fun to actually get behind the wheel and really drive one. And you know what, it's so much easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be really quite intimidating, but I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm really relaxed. This is such a nice place to sit, and I really like how not fussy it is in here. The steering wheel, I've got no buttons, so I can't change the volume, I've got no controls, and I just really like that it's all about the drive. And now that the McLaren 570 has ceased production, the McLaren GT, well, it is the entry-level product into the brand, and you know what? It's a pretty good one at that. I have been pleasantly surprised at how easy and how fun this is to drive out on the open road. For more information on the McLaren GT, please don't hesitate to contact one of our McLaren retailers in Birmingham or Bristol by following the link below. If you have enjoyed this video, please do remember to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you again really soon.